Right.
Hey, good evening and welcome to tonight's regular board meeting. Monday, March 18th, 2020. Call this meeting to order. We have met compliance with official notification. Roll call, please.
Diana Smith,
Here.
Nick Olson,
Here.
Nick Schumacher,
Here.
Brooke Taylor.
Here.
I'm here, President Olson.
Here. This time, would you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First, thank you very much for your patience as we were in closed session and now we're back for you. This meeting is a meeting of the Board of Education held in public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business and is not to be considered a public community meeting. There is a time for comments by members of the public during the meeting as indicated on the agenda. Members of the public wishing to address the board on any of the topics included on tonight's agenda may do so by signing up on the public comments sheet prior to the start of the meeting. The board requests refraining from making any comments involving personally identifiable information about students, staff, or administration. Comments should be respectful, focused on the items being considered by the board, and will be restricted to 3 minutes in length. At this time, we do have one member of the public who wishes to speak, Abigail Sucher. Is that correct, Sucher? Sucher? Thanks, Abigail.
You're welcome. Can I speak now? Yeah. Okay.
You may.
Um,
And you have time.
Record. I hope this finds you well. My name is Abby Sucher. I'm an 11th grader at the Superior High School. I'm speaking to you today on behalf of the student body. I'm speaking to you today with the utmost enthusiasm to advocate for the retention of an exceptional teacher on your staff, and that would be Suzanne Zimborski. This teacher who has dedicated 12 years to our school has made an immeasurable impact on the lives of her students. First and foremost, I would like to express my sincere appreciation for her unwavering dedication and commitment to her students. She has truly been a beacon of light, providing guidance and support to each and every student under her care. Her ability to make students feel special and connected is truly unparalleled. On a personal note, I want to highlight the impact this teacher has had on me in my high school career. During the times of mental and academic struggles, she has been a constant source of support and understanding, offering a listening ear and a compassionate heart. Her presence is something I've never taken for granted, helping me navigate through difficult times. The thought of her potentially losing her job deeply saddens me. I have seen firsthand how much teaching means to her. And I know that losing this job would be a significant blow, and it would not only affect her, but the countless students who have benefited from her wisdom and care. Throughout her tenure, this teacher has established deep connections with her students, fostering an environment where they feel valued and heard. She goes above and beyond to create a sense of belonging, ensuring that no student feels left behind. Her genuine care and attention have had a profound impact on their academic and personal growth. For personalized encouragement, thoughtful feedback, this teacher consistently goes the extra mile to ensure her students' success. Her passion for teaching shines through in her engaging lessons and innovative teaching methods. She's become a trusted mentor and role model, guiding her students towards their full potential. The impact of this teacher extends far beyond the classroom. She actively participates in school events, extracurricular activities, and community initiatives, further solidifying her connection with the school community. Her dedication and presence have become an essential part of our school's fabric. It is crucial to recognize the immense value this teacher brings to our school, and retaining her on our staff will not only ensure the continuation of exceptional education, but also provide stability and continuity for the students. Her expertise and experience are invaluable assets that contribute to a positive and nurturing learning environment for our school and our students. In conclusion, I urge the school board to seriously consider the importance of keeping the exceptional teacher on staff. Her 12 years of dedication, ability to make students feel special and connected, her overall positive impact make her an irreplaceable asset to our school community. By retaining her, we are investing in the future success and well-being of our students. And I understand the challenging financial circumstances that may have led to these decisions, but I kindly urge you to reconsider the potential consequences on the students. Finding alternative solutions or exploring creative ways to mitigate the budget constraints while persevering the quality of education should be your top priority. Thank you for your time and your consideration, and I eagerly await a positive decision that will benefit our students and uphold the high standards of the school. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Abigail.
Well said.
Reminder that action taken at today's meeting will be final approval unless otherwise noted. Second, disposition of minutes from February 12, 2024. Motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the minutes from February 12, 2024. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Next, we have our report from our superintendent. We have one action item. Sorry, I'll take that first.
You could take it.
Yeah. Consideration of an overnight field trip for the Northland Senior Retreat.
Move to approve. Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the overnight field trip for the Northland Senior Retreat. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. And now from our superintendent, our informational items.
All right, I have a handful of exciting updates for the board tonight. We have our Spartan Showcase we want to recognize tonight for March. This month, we want to recognize staff and students at the middle school. And so working together with Mr. Liebers, we decided we wanted to honor a 6th, a 7th, and an 8th grade student, as well as a staff person. So I have 4 different Spartan Showcase recognitions. The first one is a 6th grader. This is Lydia Schiff, and I'll just read a little bit. She's a role model at the middle school. She shows work, respect, belong in all areas, and she goes out of her way to do her best in all areas. She always asks clarifying questions, improving not only her understanding, but also supporting her classmates. She takes time to do her work well, and she goes above and beyond with her work ethic. So this is Lydia, and we recognized her as part of advisory at the middle school, and it was fun to do that in the middle with her class. So that was fun. Our 7th grade student was Asia Jackson, and so I'll read a little bit. Asia demonstrates work, respect, belong on a daily basis. She shows grit, attempts to problem solve tough situations, and always tries hard academically and socially and behaviorally. She attempts to help others and is very supportive of her peers. So congratulations to Asia. And then our 8th grade student was Ava Poisa. And Ava, it says, Ava, like a scarecrow, is outstanding in her field. Fantastic quote. Fantastic quote. She works hard in class, she helps others, and she was always polite and respectful. She consistently works hard in class and gives her best effort, and she's a good friend, and she supports other peers. And so that is Ava, our 8th grader. And then lastly, our staff we wanted to recognize was Miss Wendy Bender. She is a dedicated math teacher. She's done an excellent job leading her PLC at the middle school. She has a positive attitude and works to help connect with kids. She heads up extracurricular activities. She does a lot with our intramurals at the middle school, and she is a significant asset, and we are lucky to have her there. So congratulations to Wendy. Yeah. So that is our Spartan Showcase award winners. We normally have Autumn Cooper, our student rep, who shares an update from the high school, but she has her first soccer practice tonight, so she is not with us tonight, but she will be here next month. And then we also have another fun update. Today is from Four Corners. One of the things we're trying to do at our board meetings is bring more student voice to the table and hear more updates from our students about the things happening in our school. So tonight we wanted to highlight some Four Corners kiddos. Ellen, are you kind of leading this off? Kim, okay. I'm just passing it to our students. All right, with that, there you go.
I can certainly introduce them.
You want to introduce them?
Absolutely. So welcome, come on up. So we have 2 of our 5th grade students, Leah Vernier, and Emily Roberts. And they had a lot of things they wanted to share with you. I had to narrow it down pretty extensively because there's lots of fun things. So they're going to talk to you a little bit about a few things that our 5th graders have been involved in this year. Maple syrupping, which is a longstanding tradition in our community, and they're going to share a little bit about that, as well as a new project that we've got our own news crew out in Fort. Lovely. David Coy has helped with some other staff members, so I'm going to turn it over to you guys because you speak much better.
Welcome.
Hello, my name is Emily Roberts, and I'm a fifth grader at Four Corners Elementary. I'll be talking about the school's history with the Bergstrom Trail and how we do our syrup making at our school. The trail started in 1988. Some of the teachers decided to make a trail behind the school. That would soon be the Bergstrom Trail. There were volunteers that cleared the trees, and students would haul out the big logs. Then after the trail was finished, they used the trail as an outdoor classroom, where they could ski, hike, and collect sap to make maple syrup. In 2015, they realized that the trees were too crowded and they didn't want the maple trees to die. So they cut down the old growth and sold the wood. They used that money to build the pavilion thanks to the support of volunteers. For the maple syrup process, our job as fifth graders is to tap our tree and hang 3-gallon bags on this file, which is the name we call the piece of metal we put in the tree. My favorite part of the process is seeing how much I collect each time. It usually takes a few weeks to collect enough sap to start cooking the sap if we have the correct weather. The correct weather would be below freezing at night and above freezing in the day. And that is because when it is below freezing at night, the sap in the trees and the roots. And during the day, when it is above freezing, the sap goes up to the top of the tree where it provides food for the developing leaf buds. Then, when we have enough sap to cook, we first put some sap in a metal container connected to the cooker that warms up the sap so we can keep the sap that is boiling in the main cooker boiling all the time. The finishing time for the sap depends on how much we collect each year. So this year, we had to cook twice this week to finish it all together. The other grades come out on the cook-off day and we get to teach them about the process and show them our tree. It's a lot of fun. At the end of the school year, we make pancakes for all the students. We also get to bring home our own bottle of syrup, fresh from our trees. These are the reasons I love Four Corners. Now Liam Grenier will tell you more.
Very nicely done.
Hello, my name is Liam Grenier. I'm a fifth grader at Four Corners Elementary, and I'm here to talk about some of my favorite things I've experienced this year as a fifth grader. Fifth graders have the option to do announcements for the entire school during What I Need time with our art teacher, Mrs. Lancourt. Earlier this year, Mr. Coy came to our class and talked about what makes a good news story and how to record and things like that. I personally love to read what's coming up for lunch and breakfast. For a couple of holidays, I get to do jokes with Liam. I find jokes online and I read them for the students. Other fifth graders interview students or staff about recent field trips or events happening in school. Mrs. Lancourt comes up with topics and question prompts when we use when interviewing people. And here's a video that shows some of our announcements. I hope you enjoyed hearing about our school. We love Four Corners, but we're also excited about heading to the Superior Middle School in the fall. Any questions that you guys would like to ask?
You guys did awesome.
Great job.
I was asking fifth graders today at Great Lakes, what are they most looking forward to at the middle school? What are you guys most looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to seeing some of my classmates from my old school at Northern Lights. So that's pretty much.
That was a common answer today, yeah.
I'm excited for like all the new people that I'll get to meet, like potentially new friends,
Yeah,
just like all the new people.
awesome. Thanks for coming, you guys.
Thank you.
Damn jokes.
Got a good one? You can leave us with?
Fine.
What's your favorite?
Let's see. What is a leprechaun's favorite kind of music? Shamrock and roll.
Great music choice, Dave.
Thank you guys for coming. Thanks you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, was it them? They picked it? Oh, yeah.
They've done everything.
Yeah, they do their own thing.
Yeah. Oh, thank you guys for coming. That's awesome. All right.
Thank you.
Oh, really?
Other informational items now, at the committee, the whole meeting on March 4th. Rick Flaherty, the principal at Lake Superior Elementary, first from the middle school, gave an update of what was happening at their school. So we thank them very much for being at that meeting. First board committee report, budget, insurance, informational items at the committee, the whole meeting on March 4th. Baird made a presentation. Debbie Burnett was our presenter on a possible operational referendum options. She spoke to us at length about the non-reoccurring and or reoccurring opportunities that we'll be looking at in the future. And it was very helpful to have Debbie here and provide us with a bunch of information. And we did get a copy of the presentation from her so that we can go back and look at that at all times. She also spoke to us about our defeasance payment. I knew I was going to struggle with that darn word, but we'll have an action item on that. We also spoke about the Fund 10 revenue and expenditure reports and a scoreboard update. So will we have,
So
add that?
NBC, a couple months ago, they provided a very generous donation to us for the gymnasium in there of $1.3 million. Part of that was, in order for us to get that 1.3, they want to repaint the gym, add in some wording onto the floor, and then also have a new scoreboard installed. So Ella, David, and myself have been working on this extensively. We went out and talked to multiple companies, got quotes from, and then requested formal proposals. Only one company provided a formal proposal. I think it's because they knew they weren't going to meet all the needs that we had for it. So we are going to go forward with Daktronic providing the scoreboard. It's around $185,000. Again, the thing I really want to emphasize is this is money that was donated to us by NBC saying, here's the money, but this is what we want as part of that. So this isn't money that's coming out of the general fund. This is not money that can be used whatsoever for any other expenses within the school. The goal with that money that they provided is the turf is eventually going to need to be replaced on our football fields. So that's what that money is being set aside for. One of the big reasons we went with Daktronic is a full service company. So they're actually providing a marketing plan for us. We're going to have one of those big Videotron, huge scoreboards with big videos. They set together graphics for us. So as soon as it's out of the box, it's up on the wall. We have that ability to go out there and just, Spartan heads with defense and all that other stuff, the chance to go out there. Also, the marketing program is sponsors. So the goal is for those sponsors to actually pay off that scoreboard. Depending on the numbers you look at, 5 to 6 years, we can turn around and get all that money back because we'll have the huge sponsors on the side and it's just gonna update it and it's gonna be something that pays for itself. But then we can use that money that's brought in for, athletics, which would offset some of the general fund money that's going.
So is the money from those advertising earmarked for a specific reason, or can that be used for whatever when the time comes?
General fund.
Yeah, that is general fund money. So we're using that donated money to create money.
You know any schools that have this board yet? Because
Northwestern is the closest one.
Some, I think, Barron just put one in a couple of
Yes,
years.
yep. In fact, I worked a tournament game there and they have that up.
Yeah.
We've had a long relationship with Daktronics in our school district. Scoreboards previously, before we redid the gym, before we got the Spartan Sports Complex. So we've had a good history with them. They know our needs.
They are industry leaders. And also, like you said, we have a lot of Daktronic equipment. We just recently bought shot clocks, like it was less than a year ago. Those shot clocks are Daktronic. Any other vendor, we brought other vendors in to say, and they're like, yeah, we can't bolt up to that. Daktronic is seamless. It goes, yep, that's ours. Works with our scoreboard. There you go.
Right.
They service all that too, like if there's any issues with the scoreboard.
It's a 5-year warranty on it.
Yes.
Yep, full service 5-year warranty on it.
I've had issues with scoreboards and our shot clocks in the past year. And I can call a guy and he'll say, oh, we'll send a tech out, but it helped us. I mean, because they're such a large company, they've got that support. And I think that's a huge piece of it that helps me out and determining things like that too.
Where's our nearest rep? It used to be Bloomer.
You know what? I think he might be in Eau Claire, but
Okay.
Chris is willing to drop everything and drive up every time we need it too.
Very attentive.
Yeah.
And that showed when we were out there looking for quotes and talking to other companies. It was like pulling teeth for some of the people to provide us quotes. Or Daktronics like, yep, here it is, here it is. They helped us create the specs because we knew exactly what we're looking for, and then we got those. One question that did come up is the old scoreboard.
Yeah.
Originally, I looked at, could we possibly move the old scoreboard into Cooper? The more reevaluating it and talking with other people, that scoreboard it's at the end of its life cycle. So what we would end up doing is pulling that down, moving it over there, and if it didn't break on transportation, it would kind of break soon after that. Also, it's a really nice, huge scoreboard. In my mind, when you look at it, it would be a monstrosity in Cooper. Cooper's this nice, beautiful gym that has these colors, and then we'd insert the blue and white huge scoreboard that during its time was great. I actually used Cooper as the place to play intramurals this past, and they have the ability to drop these screens and projectors, and you actually have multiple monitors up there. The kids loved it because we had halftime shows because we turn on YouTube videos and did that. So that's where
That original scoreboard was donated from family. So as we change over, I think we need to recognize that family who helped make that donation back.
I think another cool part about the Daktronics piece is they do have a curriculum that we can eventually, not right away, but eventually get maybe worked into talks about like an AV club or something, because we have amazing students. And Daktronics is so nationally known that if the kids take this curriculum and they have some hands-on work and they go on to a university that has Daktronics programs, I mean, I use, the U of M, Madison, they could kind of put on the top of a list in a work study program. So like we have a kid from Superior that's worked on our scoreboard, gone through the curriculum. They go down and they want to work the scoreboard at Badger football games. They get to be put on top because they have that work experience. So I think that's something, again, is going to take a little bit more planning on our side as admin, but it's something that we have students that want to be involved and can do amazing work on these scoreboards. So student involvement is a huge piece there too. That comes with that Daktronics program as well.
Yeah, can we possibly attach that scoreboard to the side of the building here?
it worked for one day.
So that's a video board. And then what are we doing with the other scoreboard then? Or we're just keeping if this one goes on the west wall, then the east wall, I think that had the capability.
Yep, the east wall will have the secondary, a duplicate of what we have right now with the side panels that have a player.
With the player falls in it.
That'll still go on
Okay.
that other side. So we'll have both. One big other thing with the Daktronics is there's a part of above the video board that's going to be just old school digital that volleyball lower level games or weekend tournaments, whoever comes in doesn't need to turn on a video board and try to mess with that. They can just come in with an actual clock and they can run just this, that just has points in time, right? So Saturday morning basketball, I use that. You can have 2 courts going, same thing as we always have. So that was important to me too. And these for those people that come in and use the gym that aren't us for varsity level. Yeah, so it'll still be that visual piece that's not any different than what we have right.
Okay.
It's just training our gentlemen that run the clock right now. Mr. Safe there. They'll have some learning to do in their retirement.
You'll have time, yep. All right, action item. We have one new action item this evening, consideration of resolution 24-01, providing for the defeasance and prepayment and redemption of a portion of the outstanding general obligation school improvement bonds, series 2016, and the outstanding general obligation school improvement bonds, series 2017, establishing an escrow account and authorizing an escrow agreement thereof. A copy of that draft escrow agreement. Motion to approve.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the resolution 24-01, defeasance and prepayment. Any discussion? David, you want to add to this a little?
That's what that we discussed last week, $900,000 savings. This is something that we do every year whenever we excess levy for debt, which is a strategy we have for if we ever go to referendum. When you guys approve it at the end of the day, Steve and Pat are going to do some hand exercises. Sign in.
Okay. Is there any further discussion?
So I know in the paperwork, it just says from projects from other resolutions. Can you just tell me, say exactly what they're for? Like, what were the debts from, I guess, in just a broad?
It's the older referendums we had prior to the building of the school. I'm not sure what the referendums prior to that, but we usually go to opt for capital referendums about every 10 years. These are the older ones. So
it could have been the additions at the high school back in whenever, or possibly.
Yeah, and they're the ones with the highest interest rate. That's why they are the 900,000 comes from. We're paying the highest percentage interest off.
Good question. Yeah. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Next action item, gifts, grants, and bequests. The administration recommends approval to accept gifts, grants, and bequests received in the past month.
Motion to approve.
Second. Motion and a second to approve the gifts, grants, and bequests. Is there any further discussion? Yeah, pretty big list once again, and thank you so very much to all of our donors. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Annual donation to the Scholarship Foundation. Administration recommends approval of the annual donation in the amount of $1,000 to the School District of Superior Scholarship Foundation Incorporated Student Activities Fund.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion and a second to approve the annual donation to the Scholarship Foundation in the amount of $1,000. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Now accept a motion to accept our Budget and Insurance Committee report.
Motion to accept budget insurance committee. Second.
There is a motion second to accept the Budget and Insurance Committee report. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Next up, the Teaching and Learning Committee. There were no action items. There were no discussion items. Informational items at the Committee of the Whole meeting on March 4, 2024. Kristen Regas and Mark Johnson, SMS and SHS bar coordinators, provided and updated on building assets, reducing risks, stands for BAR, update for Superior High School and Superior Middle School.
Motion to accept teaching and learning committee report.
Second.
Motion to accept the Teaching and Learning Committee report. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Personnel Negotiations Committee Administration recommends approval of the March 2024 new hirees and separations report.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion is second to approve the March 2024 new hirees and separations report. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Administration recommends releasing Tate Hagelin-Pagel, Assistant Principal from Superior High School, from his 23-24 school year contract per his request, effective March 6, 2024, with the liquidated damages provision enforced.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and second to accept the recommendation of Tate Hagelin-Pagel's resignation from Superior High School, 23-24 school year. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Administration recommends releasing Emily Winkler, project search teacher from Superior High School, from her 23-24 school year contract per her request effective March 8th, 2024, with the liquidated damages provision enforced.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second to accept releasing Emily Winkler, project search teacher from Superior High School for the 23-24 school year per her request with liquidated damages. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Administration recommends releasing Terry Thatcher, special education teacher from Bryant, from her 23-24 school year contract per her request, effective February 27, 2024, with the liquidated damages provision waived.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion is second to accept Terry Thatcher from her 23-24 school year contract per her request effective February 27, 2024, with liquidated damages waived. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Administration recommends approval of the updated job description for the following position in the category special education coach.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion is second to approve the description for special education coach. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. There were no discussion items and there were no informational items.
Motion to accept the Personnel Negotiations Committee report.
Aye.
Motion and a second to accept the Personnel Negotiations Committee report. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Legislative Committee, action items, none. Discussion items, none. Informational items. OSS, ask your senators to support continued OSS funding, digital mapping data grant available. From an OSS release, as many of you are aware, recent progress has been made to ensure that Wisconsin Office of Safety is able to continue critical operations to keep our schools safe. 2023 Assembly Bill 1050, which supports the continued operations of OS through September of 2025, recently passed the Assembly. This funding extension would allow us to continue our work to proactively protect schools, prevent violence from occurring, mitigate trauma, and respond effectively if a crisis event does occur to promote recovery. The continued funding would also provide predictable school safety services to all Wisconsin schools, while it will still be critical for the legislature to provide stable, ongoing funding for the Office of School Safety as part of the 2025-2027 biennial budget. 2023 Assembly Bill 1050 offers an important bridge to enable continued services until deliberations on the state budget begin in 2025. And you can click to read the full article.
Sure that wasn't the full article.
It was most of it. There are
Motion to accept legislative committee.
Motion to accept the legislative committee report in a second. Yeah, I'm glad that's over. To read. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Other reports by members of the board?
Just a reminder or notification of the CISA 12 board admin meeting in May in Hayward. We need to register by April 25th. So if you guys want to go, you can let second. April 25th is the deadline, so we got to know. But I was excited.
Any other district or program highlights?
I have a handful.
All right.
All right, so there's a lot going on right now. So I'm going to read you a list. This is the time of year of assessments. So we've got our forward exams happening grades 3 through 8 and grade 10. The ACT and the pre-ACT tests are also starting up in April and in March and in April. We got spring sports starting up. Like I said, Autumn's gone because she's starting soccer tonight. Our middle school battle of the books placed 3rd out of 166 teams. So congratulations to our battle of the books teams from the middle school. And lastly, sort of in conjunction with our last couple board meetings where we've been trying to highlight our students at our board meetings, we've also been trying to highlight our students in more videos on social media. We highlight so many of the great programs and staff in our district that we wanted to elevate student voices. And so we're trying to have them hear more at board meetings and also through some of our videos that we're pushing out to highlight our district. So it's been fun to be able to work in our schools with kids as they've been helping to put those together.
Seen so many with you in them too.
I know, you'll see another one tomorrow.
Yeah, kids were very excited about, we did our shoot today at Great Lakes and they had a variety of answers.
Yes, it was fun. Yeah.
Did you guys notice Autumn Cooper in the slideshow out there for the corners?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know. She was just little.
She was accepting an award there too.
Yeah. And speaking of her, she just received a.
Big award. Yeah.
We can recognize that at the next meeting when she's.
She'll be here and we can talk through that with her.
She's just a little busy.
Yeah, yeah.
She got to bring all the
Practice.
trophies.
All the trophies and set them up. Yeah.
All right, consideration of bills and pre-approved bills. I need a motion
Motion to approve.
Second.
and a second. Consideration of bills and pre-approved bills. Any further discussion? Pay the bills, right? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion second to adjourn, all in favor signify, we got, supposed to take a roll.
Right. Diana Smith. On adjourn.
Aye.
Nick Wilson. Aye. Schumacher. Rick Taylor.
Aye.
I'm an aye. Steve.
Aye. Thank you very much for your patience this evening.